Hello students of Thakur Vidya Mandir High School and Junior College. Today we will see the third part of chapter 1 differentiation from paper 2. Earlier we have seen the derivatives of composite function. Today we will study about derivatives of inverse functions. Okay? Let's see. We know that if y equals to f of x is a 1 and onto function, then x equals to f inverse y exists. Okay. If f inverse y is differentiable, then we can find its derivative. Okay. See the theorem. Suppose y equals to f of x is a differentiable function of x on an interval I and y is 1 onto and dy by dx is not equal to 0 on I. Also, if f inverse y is differentiable on f of I, then d by dy of f inverse y is equals to 1 by f dash x, or dx by dy equals to 1 by dy by dx, where dy by dx is not equal to 0. Okay, so the theorem is, if the function is given y equals to f of x, then its differentiable, its inverse derivative is f inverse y equals to 1 by f dash x. Okay, derivative of inverse function of f y equals to f of x is f in d by dy f inverse y equals to f dash x. It can also be represented as, the inverse derivative of inverse function can also be written as dx upon dy equals to 1 by dy by dx. Okay, let's see the proof of this theorem. We know that f inverse of f of x equals to x. Okay, taking derivative on both the sides, we get d by dx of f inverse of f of x equals to d by dx of x. Okay, now d by dx of f inverse is f inverse dash of f of x into d by dx of f of x equals to 1. Derivative of x is 1, so we have 1 in the right side. Okay, see the next step. Here f inverse dash f of x d by dx of f(x) is f dash x. Okay, so it is written f inverse dash f of x into f dash x equals to 1. In next step, therefore we have f inverse dash f of x equals to 1 by f dash x. As we needed in the theorem, the f dash x is shifted to right side, we get 1 by f dash x. Okay, so if y equals to fx is a differentiable function of x and x equals to f inverse y exists and is differentiable, then we can write f inverse dash f of x as f inverse dash y, because f of x is y, or we can also write it as dx upon dy. Okay, so f inverse dash f of x is written as dx by dy and f dash x is written as dy by dx. So the equation 1 will become dx upon dy equals to 1 by dy by dx, where dy by dx is not equal to 0. So by in the question, you can directly find the inverse derivative by finding the inverse, finding the differentiation of function with respect to x, then doing the reciprocal of that function. Okay, take the example. Find the derivative of the function y equals to f of x using the derivative of the inverse function y equals to under root of 1 plus root x. Okay, we first find the inverse of the function. What is the inverse of, that means we have to find x with respect to y. We have to find x in terms of y. So squaring on both sides, we get y square equals to 1 plus root x. So we have root x equals to y square minus 1. Therefore x equals to under root of y, x equals to square of y square minus 1. So x equals to f inverse y equals to f square minus 1 whole square. Now finding dy by dx. Dy by dx is equals to 1 upon dx upon dy. So we have to differentiate x equals to y square minus 1 raised to 2 with respect to y. Okay, so derivative of n x raised to n is n x raised to n minus 1. In that way we have to differentiate y square minus 1 raised to whole square. So 2 is taken before as a coefficient into y square minus 1 into dy by dx dy of y square minus 1. Derivative of y square is 2y. So in next step we have 1 upon 2 y square minus 1 into 2y. Now replacing y with original function, that is under root of 1 plus root x. So we have 4 under root of 1 plus root x into 1 plus root x whole square minus 1. Okay. So at last it will become 1 upon 4 under root of 1 plus root x 1 plus root x minus 1. On doing the whole square of 1 under root of 1 plus root x, we get 1 plus root x minus 1. 1 and 1 will also cancel out. We get 1 upon 4 root x under root of 1 plus root x. Okay. Now see derivatives of some standard inverse trigonometric functions. Okay. This formula you have to learn all the formulas, but sometime proof also be asked. You can so you can see all the proofs here. First is, if y equals to sine inverse x and x is from minus 1 to 1 and y is from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, then prove that dy by dx equals to 1 upon under root of 1 minus x square for mod x less than 1. Okay. So proof is that given that y equals to sine inverse x, okay, so x equals to sine inverse y, we can take x equals to sine inverse y. Differentiating with respect to y, we get dx upon dy equals to d by dy of sine y. Okay, so derivative of sine y is cos y. So we can write cos y. Therefore, which is equals to under root plus or minus, this cos y can be written as plus minus under root of cos square y. Again this cos square y is written as 1 minus sine square y. So what is sine? So sine y is x. So we can write under root of 1 minus x square. Okay. But cos y is positive since y lies in first or fourth quadrant. Okay, y lies in first or fourth quadrant. In first and fourth quadrant, cos is positive. So we have dx upon dy equals to under root of 1 minus x square. So we have dy by dx equals to 1 upon dx upon dy. So therefore dy by dx equals to 1 upon under root of 1 minus x square. Okay. In the same way, you can also prove y equals to cos inverse x. See, if y is equals to cos inverse x, then dy by dx its derivative is minus 1 upon under root of 1 minus x square. Okay. Now next we have to prove cot inverse x. Okay. If y is equals to cot inverse x for x belongs to R and y is from 0 to pi, that means from 0 to 180 degree, then dy by dx equals to minus 1 upon 1 plus x square. Okay, given that y is equals to cot inverse x, so we have x equals to cot inverse y. Differentiating with respect to y, we have dx upon dy equals to d by dy of cot y. Derivative of cot y is minus cosec square y. Okay, again this minus cosec square y is written as minus 1 plus cot square y. Okay, since cot y is x, so we have minus 1 plus x square. In place of cot square y, we have to write x square. Okay, then dy by dx equals to 1 by dx upon dy. Therefore dy by dx equals to 1 upon minus 1 plus x square, which can be written as dy by dx equals to minus 1 upon 1 plus x square. In the same way, you can prove the derivative of y equals to tan inverse x. Okay, see, if y is equals to tan inverse x, then dy by dx is equals to 1 upon 1 plus x square. See the difference. Difference is of only minus sign. When you differentiate the term having co-terms, then you will get the minus sign. Otherwise, you have plus sign. Next is y equals to sec inverse x, such that mod of x is greater than 1, and y is from 0 to pi, where y is equals to not pi by 2, not equal to pi by 2. Then dy by dx is equals to 1 upon x under root of x square minus 1 if x is more than 1, and dy by dx is equals to minus 1 upon x into x square minus 1 if x is less than minus 1. Okay, see the proof. Y is equals to sec inverse x, it is given, and the conditions are written here. Therefore, we can take x equals to sec y, differentiate with respect to y, we get dx upon dy equals to d by dy of sec y. Derivative of sec y is sec y into tan y. Okay, so here tan is taken within the root, so we have plus minus sec y into tan square y, plus or minus sec y into again this tan square y is written as sec square y minus 1. Okay, so sec square y is written as x square, so we have plus minus x under root of x square minus 1. We use the plus minus sign because for y in first and second quadrant, sec into tan y is greater than 0. Hence, we choose x into x square minus 1 if x is more than 1, and minus x under root x square minus 1 if x is less than 1. For x more than 1, we choose x under root x square minus 1, and for x less than minus 1, we choose minus x under root of x square minus 1. In first quadrant, both the sec and tan are positive. Okay, but in second quadrant, both sec and tan y are negative. Therefore, sec into tan is positive in both the quadrant, first and second quadrant. Also, for x is more than 0, x under root of x square minus 1 is more than 0, and for x less than 0, minus x under root of x square minus 1 is more than 0. Okay, therefore dx upon dy is equals to x under root of x square minus 1 or minus x under root of x square minus 1, depending upon the condition whether x is more than 1 or x is less than minus 1. Okay, therefore dy by dx equals to 1 upon x under root of x square minus 1. Okay, note, see the note here. A function is increasing if its derivative is positive. Okay, whenever the derivative is positive, then we can say that the function is increasing function. Okay, and is decreasing if its derivative is negative. If the derivative of any function is negative, then we can say that this function is decreasing function. Okay, second note, the derivative of sec inverse x is always positive because the graph of sec inverse x is always increasing. Okay, so in the formula for y equals to sec inverse x, we have to take the positive sign in it, that is dy by dx of sec inverse x is 1 upon x under root of x square minus 1. Okay, therefore see the 6th point. If y is equals to minus cosec x such that mod of x is more than 1 and y lies in between minus 1 pi by 2 and pi by 2, where y is not equal to 0, then dy by dx equals to minus 1 upon x under root of x square minus 1 if x is more than 1, and dy by dx equals to 1 upon x under root of x square minus 1 if x is less than minus 1. Here the derivative of cosec inverse x is always negative because the graph of cosec inverse x is always decreasing. Okay. So the derivative of cosec inverse x is in negative and derivative of sec inverse x is in positive. Okay. Now see all the formula theorems in listed form here, in the form of, in tabular form. Here all the derivatives of inverse trigonometric function are given. Derivative of sine inverse x is 1 upon under root 1 minus x square. Okay. Derivative of cos inverse x is minus 1 upon under root 1 minus x square. See, derivative in the both the terms are functions are same, derivatives are same, but there is difference in sign only, negative sign. Okay. Tan inverse x, its derivative is 1 upon 1 plus x square. Okay. Then derivative of cot inverse x is minus 1 upon 1 plus x square. Here also the cot is in negative, tan is in positive. Next, sec inverse x. Since we have seen that the sec inverse x graph is always increasing, so we have to take the positive. So derivative of sec inverse x is 1 upon x under root of x square minus 1. Okay. And derivative of cosec inverse x is minus 1 upon x under root of x square minus 1. So you can see that all the terms, denoted terms which are having CO written before, CO terms, all the terms having CO terms are their derivative are in negative. Okay. See, in cos we have CO, its derivative is in negative. In cot we have CO, its derivative is also negative. In cosec also we have CO, so its derivative is in negative. So remember that whenever you have derivatives of cos, cot, cosec, then their derivative would be in negative sign. Okay. Now here some important substitutions are given which can be used in while solving the questions. If you have the expression under root 1 minus x square, then you have to put x equals to sine theta or x equals to cos theta. Okay. Then for the expression under root 1 minus x square, you have to take x equals to tan theta or x equals to cot theta. Okay. Then for the expression under root x square plus 1, you have to take x equals to sec theta or x equals to cosec theta. Done. Then for the function involving the expression under root a plus x upon a minus x or under root of a minus x upon a plus x, you have to take x equals to a cos 2 theta or x equals to a cos theta. Okay. Then next, under root of 1 plus x upon 1 minus x or expression under root 1 minus x upon 1 plus x, you have to take x equals to cos 2 theta or x equals to cos theta. Okay. Then for the expression under root of a plus x square upon a minus x square, you can take x square equals to a cos 2 theta or x square equals to a cos theta. Then coming to next, for the expression 2x upon 1 plus x square, you have to take x equals to tan theta. In the same way, for the expression 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square, also you have to take x equals to tan theta. Next is for the function involving the expression like 3x minus 4x cube or 1 minus 2x square, you have to take x equals to sine theta. Okay. Then for the expression involving the terms like 4x cube minus 3x or 2x square minus 1, you have to take x equals to cos theta. Then coming to next, for the expression like 3x minus x cube upon 1 minus 3x square, you have to take x is equals to tan theta. Okay. Then the last function 2 f of x upon 1 plus f of x square. It is like 2x upon 1 plus x square. You can and also 1 minus f of x whole square upon 1 plus f of x whole square. You can take the function f of x as tan theta. Okay, this is like 2x upon 1 plus x square or 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square. So remember all this substitution whenever you solve the question, and get all the derivatives learned. Okay, you have to remember all the derivatives while solving the question, either it is of algebraic, logarithmic, exponential, trigonometric or inverse trigonometric. Okay, let's see an example. Using derivative, prove that sine inverse x plus cos inverse x is equals to pi by 2. Okay, let the function is f of x equals to sine inverse x plus cos inverse x. We have to prove that f of x equals to pi by 2. Okay, so we need to prove a function of x equals to pi by 2. So differentiating first equation f of x, that is sine inverse x plus cos inverse x with respect to x. So derivative of sine inverse x is 1 upon under root 1 minus x square, plus derivative of cos inverse x is minus 1 upon 1 under root 1 minus x square. Therefore we have f dash x equals to 1 upon under root 1 minus x square minus 1 upon under root 1 minus x square. So both the terms will be cancelled out and we get f dash x equals to 0. This implies f of x is a constant function, because the derivative of a constant function is only 0. So let we have defined the function as f of x equals to c. Okay, for any value of x, f of x must be c only. So conveniently we can choose x equals to 0 from 1. Therefore we get f of 0 equals to sine inverse 0 plus sine cos inverse 0. The value of sine inverse 0 is pi by 2. Sine inverse 0 is 0. The value of sine is 0 at 0 only. So n plus cos inverse 0. The value of cos at pi by 2 is 0. So we have 0 plus pi by 2, which is equals to pi by 2. So our constant function c is pi by 2. Therefore we have f of x equals to pi by 2. Hence we can say that sine inverse x plus cos inverse x equals to pi by 2. Clear?